Hi everyone. Whether you're going to be watching this live with me just now or whether you'll be watching this a little later on, I welcome you all. So whenever you get to see it, know that we're still all practicing together in the ether. Marian, welcome. So I just wanted to start by saying how important our yoga practice is going to be over the coming months. And though it is that, it may be that studios and teachers that you've been going to are shutting down, we have this incredible technology that allows us to stay connected. And so seriously important that you do stay connected. You know, the world is shifting under our very feet, and this can be very confusing and, difficult to take all in that's needed. And so the yoga teachers and the health people of the world are really having to step it up and to shine, because people are going to need that support. And I'll have to say yoga in the greater sense of yoga is going to be enormously helpful for all of us. It's already in quite a few people's psyche, the whole yoga thing, but if we can keep our practice steady during this time, it's going to be super important. And when I talk about yoga, I'm talking about not just asana, the physical practice that we'll be doing, but also your meditation, your breathing practices, even just breath awareness itself, just to really begin to open your mind and become aware of how you move through your day and move through your world. Contemplation, and of course, the living aspect of yoga is going to be important. This more living with ethics, understanding your values, knowing your morals and how to live within that paradigm. So we can really begin to share our planet with each other and with other species. So this is really the awakening, the shift that we need. We've been basically sent home. Stay at home and have a think about what you're doing here. And it's not for 1 week or 2 weeks. It may be for some months. And this is how long it's going to take for our psyches to make that paradigm shift that is being called upon us. So getting that big time perspective is going to be important. And yoga really helps us to do it. Even if it's only asana you want to practice, that's okay. Just practice the asana, it will also help. But if you can add some meditation, some contemplation, build on your awareness, then that will be really, really helpful in helping you and others go through this transition that we're all going through. So let's get on. Thank you for joining me. For those of you that have, you really shouldn't need too many props, but maybe some blocks if you like to work with blocks. I don't think we even need a blanket, but maybe so. Also, this is my first time live with a yoga class, so there may be some hiccups. We're all learning so much right now, right? Doing things that we've never done before. Everyone's doing it, so we need a lot of compassion and patience with each other. So it may not be as flawless as we would like, but please come to sit in a comfortable seated position. In that way, you might like a blanket to sit on, actually. We're just going to take a little bit of time to breathe together, to stabilize, to come into ourselves, and, to connect with each other. Learning to connect at this distance is really where we're at now. This is the next level. So feeling into the people that you're sharing this practice with, even though you can't physically see them and you're not in the room with them. You may like to bring your hands into your hearts, perhaps touching the back of the thumbs together and spreading your hands over your heart like little wings. And just taking a moment now to close the eyes or allow the gaze to be downward and steady, soft. Take a couple of deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and slowly releasing the breath out through the mouth. couple more in your own time, allowing those exhalations to really release any tension, obvious tension through the body, through the shoulders, the back, the belly, the thighs, the hips. Let those inhalations draw your awareness inward so you can really begin to connect to the inner landscape of your body, of your being. Soften everything. You can allow the hands just to drop to the thighs or the lap, so we can be even a little more relaxed through the shoulders. We come to watching our breath. For a moment, watching the natural rhythm of your breathing. And then we're going to begin some ratio breath. So as you're ready, we're going to inhale to the count of 4 and exhale to the count of 4. Try and allow the breath to come in deep into the body so we are breathing diaphragmatically. If that isn't the case for you, we're just going to work on that just by relaxing. Just relaxing. The diaphragmatic breath will come to you as you learn to let go. And we're going to inhale to the count of 4 and pause for 2 if we can, 1 if we can't. Exhale to the count of 4 and pause for 2 or 1 if you can't. What I mean by 1 if you can't, I don't mean you won't be able to do it, just if you can't do it comfortably, please, then just take the count down. So we're inhaling, if you've just joined us, to the count of 4. We're pausing for 2, we're exhaling for 4, and pausing for 2. Try and keep the features of your face nice and soft. Breathing shouldn't be an effort. It should be effortless. So as you're ready, we're going to keep the breath. We're going to just take the hands out along our side so the fingers can touch the floor on either side of us. And on an inhale, we count to 4 as we lift the arms up. We pause for 2 as the hands meet overhead. And we exhale for 4 as the hands come down. And we pause for 2 as they land at the heart. And then we inhale, reach the arms out and up for 2. Pause as they meet. And exhale 4 as we bring the hands down to the heart and pause at the heart for 2. Inhaling. I'm going to change it out a little bit. We're going to inhale the arms out and up as the hands come overhead. Excuse me. We're going to exhale, palms turn down. We push the energy down on the exhalation, making the exhale a little longer now. And we inhale, reaching up. We exhale, press the hands, palms down, pressing down through the center line. A little extension in the exhalation now. One more time. going to add the Om on the next round. So we're going to inhale the arms out and up, and we Om the exhalation. Allowing the Om to cleanse and purify your energy body. Inhale, reaching up. One more, inhale, reach up. Just for a moment, allow the hands to sit on your thighs. Let the vibrations settle through the body. Notice how you're feeling. Maybe just move the head, dropping one ear to the shoulder, stretching into the opposite side, breathing into that neck, that side of the neck. Use an inhale to come back up, and the exhale, we drop to the other side. And again, just stretching into the opposite side of the neck, taking a breath or two there. Relaxing as you release. And as you're ready, inhale back to the center. We can come off our butts and onto our hands and knees. I can't see so well, so I can't really see if I'm properly in the screen. So I see we have good 11 people here, so that's nice. Good to see you all here. Thank you for joining if you've only joined halfway through. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees. We're going to bring our big toes together, our knees apart. And we're just going to slowly wiggle our way into comfort. So bringing the buttocks down to the heels. You can rock a little from side to side. Get the hips comfortable in there. And then just begin to stretch the hands a little bit away from you. Press the hands firmly into the floor. And if you can place your forehead on the earth or on a block or a cushion or a folded blanket or towel. And just here, we're just going to rock from left to right through the torso as we keep the hands and arms active, elbows off the floor, unless for some reason you need it otherwise. And then just allow that rocking to slow down and settle to stillness. Bring the hands together into prayer over your head so palms are touching. And we inhale, lift the hands over the head so the thumbs come to the back of the neck or thereabouts. And exhale back down to the floor. We inhale, hands over the head, thumbs to the back of the neck. And exhale, hands back down to the earth. Inhale, arms over. Exhale back to the earth. And then inhale, hands come over the head. They're going to remain there, and we're going to walk our elbows perhaps a little closer in and further away towards the top of the mat. And then I want you just to begin to push the elbows towards the top of the mat to allow your heart to drop in a little closer towards the earth. Take a few deep breaths there. Then we can release the hands a little bit and begin to turn the hands. So the back of the fingers come together, and then we keep turning to roll the wrists out. So the heel of the hands come together, then the back of the thumbs, the back of the fingers, rolling to the heel of the hands, And just continue this for a few times. If you're a little unsure what I'm doing, you can just have a little bit of a look here. Rolling in a circle, back of the hands, then the heel of the hands, and back of the hands. People who do classes with me know this one. I like this. And then change the direction. So just to wriggle out our wrist joints before we go any further into the practice. Releasing the hands back down, placing the hands at shoulder distance, and inhale coming up. Onto all four paws, so then just gathering yourself so you can align your skeletal structure. Wrists are directly under the shoulders, the knees are directly under the hips, and the feet can be somewhat in line with the knees. You might like to shake your feet out, just lift them off the floor and shake them out. And rotate a few times quickly, or slowly, I guess, in both directions. You can swing them from side to side. Swing the feet from side to side so we get in a little into the spine now. And then just allow that swinging to slow down, come back to the center. And here we are in cat pose. We're going to take an inhale and use the exhalation to push the floor away from us with our hands. Drop the head and tail around through the spine. Keep pushing the hands into the floor. Really release the neck here. And then inhale to roll the sit bones up. Drop the ribs and lift the chest, chin, and perhaps even roll the eyes high. Keep pressing the hands into the floor. And then exhale, releasing, dropping the head and tail. Press the hands into the floor and push them towards the top of your mats. Really try and release through the back of the neck. And then inhale, roll the sit bones up. As you begin to lift the chest and chin, press the hands into the floor and pull them back towards your knees. And then exhale, release. And just a couple of rounds in your own time, with your own breath. See if you can shut your eyes and really just tune into the movement, into the effects of the spine. Perhaps you can begin to notice where there's some stickiness, some lack of fluidity, tension. You might even like to turn hip and shoulder to one side or hip and head to one side and then the other. There may be a little movement that comes to you specifically for your body. So if that happens, please respect that. Nobody's looking right. No one can see you today. So this is the good thing, right? Tuck your toes under when you're done there and come and sit back on the heels for a moment. Let's just shake out those wrists. Just to make sure we're fully comfortable in the wrists before we continue on, you might like to straighten the arms out, make a fist, and rotate the wrists a few times in each direction. And once you've done that and you feel comfortable again, come back into the cat pose, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We're going to inhale and bring the right knee to the nose and exhale, extend it out. And continue. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, extend it out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Knee in. Exhale, extend it up. Reach the leg away from you. Don't lift that hip. Just try and be nice and steady and integral through the belly. Bend the knee and then straighten it and do that a few times. And then straighten the leg, tuck the toe, drop it to the floor, and then drop the heel to the floor as you allow this left leg foot to swing out so it's in line with the knee, shooting away from you, often a diagonal. And then we inhale and lift the right arm up over our head. So our shoulder is just over the left wrist and we're on one flat plane now from that right ankle to the right hand. Reaching up, have that right foot completely on the floor. Inhale, reach from the right foot to the finger and exhale, dip forward and across with that arm as if it's coming towards the right toes. And then inhale, take the arm forward and across the line of your body so the hand comes back over and beyond the head. Open the heart as you reach the peak. And then exhale, we push forward and take the arm across towards the bottom of the mat. And then we inhale and take it up and over. Open the chest and heart. I know my back's to you for this one, but that's okay. You'll see me on the other side. And then inhale, reach up and over, and let's just hold there for a minute. Just getting nice and integral and feel the line of energy through the right side of the body. Draw your lower navel in towards your spine and see if you can lift the right foot off the floor. So right foot, right hand, hovering in the air. Take an inhale here, reach, and as you exhale, turn that right hand to come back to the floor, left hand in line with the knee back into its place, but keep the right foot lifted. And then inhale, lift the left leg. Be firm in the lower belly here, reaching here. You might like a little rotation of that ankle or wrist. And if you like, you can bend that right knee. See if you can grab hold of it with your hand. If not, you can just have the hand coming alongside the left side, the left hip. Otherwise, you can press in, grab hold of the foot and press the foot into the hand and make you a nice bow shape. Just take a breath there. And then we exhale and release both. Just drop down for a moment, buttocks to heels, knees can be wide. Take a breath as we release the forehead to the floor. And if there's anything going on in your shoulders or your wrists, you can release here with some rotations or some little wriggles through the shoulders like la cucaracha or any rocking. So please make sure you're comfortable. Then as you're ready, you take an inhale to come back up onto your four paws. Inhale, left knee to nose. And exhale, extend the leg, lift the head. Inhale, knee to nose. Extend the leg on the exhale, lift the head, the chin. Inhale, coil. Exhale, extend. Inhale, coil. Exhale, extend. One more. And then, well, one more. Inhale, and as you exhale, begin to tuck the toe, place it down on the floor. We're going to shift. So as we do that, we drop the left heel, the right foot swings up behind us, and that left hand reaches up over the head. So we're in like the reverse gate pose. The left foot completely on the floor, reaching to the left hand. Inhale, and as you exhale, guide your arm across the front of your body out in front of you towards the left foot. And then inhale, reverse it, come back across, open up your body, open up your heart. Exhale, across and down. Inhale, opening up. And exhale, reaching down and across. Last one, inhale as we reach back over and across. Here we are. Let's just take a moment to hold there. Feel the structure, the integrity of your structure here. What is supporting you? You need to make sure you're nicely supported. That shoulder wants to be directly over the wrist or thereabouts, and the knee under the hip. So when we come to lift that left leg, we can do it with relative ease. It is a strengthening aspect, right? So there will be some effort required. Take an inhale, reach from foot to finger, and as you exhale, begin to bring the left hand down, the right foot back in a line, keep the left foot lifted, and then inhale, lift the right arm. You might like a little rotation in the wrists or ankle. Take an inhale, reach from foot to finger, and then as you exhale, you can bend the left knee. I forgot to do all that before on the other side, never mind. And you can grab hold, or just imagine you can reach towards your foot, or actually reach your foot. Grab hold of it and press the foot into the hand, lift the thigh away from the floor. And then on an exhalation, you can release. Wriggle it out. Maybe just swaying your hips from side to side. Or some little rotations, any little grooviness through the shoulders, spine, or hips that feel good to you. Remember, the joy of this is no one is watching. So you can do whatever it is you really want to do here, and no one's going to judge you for it. So don't judge yourself, right? Tuck the toes under. Inhale, a little lift in the sit bones and chest. And as you exhale, we lift the knees off the floor. We begin to press the hands into the floor and forward so we can bring our lower ribs to our thighs. Knees are bent here. So we're just keeping this about the spine at the moment, not the hamstrings. Inhale, back, knees to the floor. And exhale, let's just drop buttocks to heels. You can untuck the toes or not. Inhale, roll back up onto your knees, tuck your toes. Exhale as you lift the knees off, roll your sit bones or lift your hips high towards the sky. Heels can be high, knees can be bent, press the floor away from you. Try and marry your front bottom ribs to your thighs. And then inhale back onto the knees. Exhale, buttocks back down to the heels. And inhale, roll up once again, tuck those toes under. Exhale as you lift the knees off the floor, keep lifting the bum high, push the floor away from you. Begin to let the heels roll towards the floor, and you can begin to contemplate the straightening of the legs. You might like to do that one leg at a time, so pedaling the feet, dropping one heel, straightening the leg of that heel, straightening the leg of that, flattened heel, and then just walk it out. So you can open up the back of the legs kindly, and when you feel a little more awake in the back of the legs, you can see how well you can do. Keep rolling the sit bones high, keep lengthening through the spine, and just begin to draw those heels slowly down towards the earth. Doesn't matter if they don't make it. And then from there, we're simply going to step the right leg forward and drop the left knee down. Right hand to the knee, and inhale, lift up with the left arm and push your hips back so they're more in line with the knee. And as we exhale, we're going to let the arm drop back behind us in full circle and come deeper into the lunge, keeping integral through the lower back. So keep the tail long there. Inhale, reach up, lengthen here, lift that lower belly, blah, blah, blah. You know how it is, we want to keep that nice and strong. I didn't mean to blah you. And then exhale back down. Inhale, reach the arm up, keep integral through the belly, and as the arm comes down, back and down, we deepen into the lunge in that strength of the belly. Inhale, last one here, lift that arm, keep it high now over the head, and exhale as we come deeper into the lunge, lift the right arm up and see if you can hold yourself here. Squeeze the hips together, press both feet into the floor, lengthen from tail to crown. Relax your shoulders. And don't forget to breathe, and if you can have a little inner heart smile, that would be good. Take one more breath there, and as you exhale, slowly come down, deepening into the lunge if you need to. And then pull that front hip back. The right hip pulls back. We straighten the right leg a little. You can let the toes lift off if you like, or not. And just coming into a little stretch in the back of the leg there. And then rock forward, back into the lunge. Tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. And then we're simply going to swing around. So turn the feet so they're both on the length of the mat. Walk your body all the way to the other side of your mat, turning the left toes out 90 degrees and lifting the back right heels, and then placing the back right knee onto the floor. The lunge on the left side. Left hand onto the knee and inhale, rise. The right arm comes up in line with the whole body, in line with the knee pretty much here. And as we exhale, we take that right arm back behind us and down and drop into the lunge. Inhale, reach up, lift. And exhale, drop that back arm down and come in a little deeper into the lunge. Inhale, lift up hips and arm. And as you exhale, drop the arm back and down, come into the lunge. Inhale, keep that lower belly lifting. And as we exhale now, we bring the left arm up to meet the right and drop into our lunge. With comfort, press both feet into the floor. Keep the tail long, keep the belly drawing in so you're comfortable through the lower back. Take a breath here, really opening your heart here if you like. Inhale. And as you exhale, bringing the arms back down to the earth. Inhale and pull that left hip back, straightening the left leg, using the exhalation if you've got any more to go, to deepen into the forward fold and open up the back of the leg there. Couple of breaths there. And then inhale forward, back into the lunge. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee off the floor. Hands come flat onto the floor so you can step back with that left leg into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. You can walk it out here, just get a little comfortable, just take that moment. But ultimately, this is a pose of rest, and it's nice if we can come into some stillness. If this is too much for you, of course, you can come down and rest in child's pose. Please take the options that you need today. So we're going to bring that left foot in a little bit more to the center line. So we can inhale and lift the right leg with more stability. And exhale, draw it back in, knee to ribs. Inhale, lift the right leg high into the sky. And exhale, draw it into the belly, into the ribs. Inhale, lift the right leg high. And exhale, draw it in. And then just place the right foot right beside the left so it's more in the center line. And then we inhale, lift the left leg high into the sky. And exhale, draw it back in to the ribs. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, lift the left leg. And from there, as we exhale, we're going to draw it in and bring the foot to the top of the mat, or to the back of the mat, back into lunge. You might like to step that right foot out a little more now. We want to be heels in line with the hips as we come into high lunge. So get nice and comfortable in there. Press that top foot into the floor as you lift the torso and arms up and over. Take a breath here. I'm just getting nicely warm now, so I'm going to take off my long sleeve top. Inhale, reach the arms up, and as you exhale, open both the arms wide and drop a little more into your lunge. And then inhale, bring both arms forward and up, and lift the hips a little bit, and then exhale, dip down deeper as you drop the arms out and down. Inhale, last one, as we lift the arms up. Exhale as we dip into it. Keep the dip of your hips now as you inhale, take the arms forward and up, and hold here for a moment into this high lunge. Kick into the back heel, keep that tail nice and long. If you need to bend that back knee to keep out of any pinching out of the lower back, please do it. Take an inhale as you reach from the back heel down towards the earth, up into the hands, then take a little dip to the right hand side. Sorry, to the left hand side. Sorry, left side. Dipping to the bent knee side. And then inhale back to the center and exhale, reach that right hand forward as you take the left hand to the hip. And then that hand can come either to a block or to the floor. The back knee can drop to the earth now if you like, or simply lift the left arm. Breathing a couple of breaths here. Try and squeeze the hips together. Keep that knee sort of in line with the ankle if you can. Heel pushing away at the back there. Take one more breath there. Inhale into your fingers. And as you exhale, bring the left hand on the inner side of your left leg. Turn both feet out so you're facing the length of your mat. Bring both heels in a little and then inhale, reach all the way up into standing. Arms come out and over the head. And exhale, just as we did before, palms face down, knees bend, and we push the energy down. As we bend the knees, as we exhale. Inhale, arms out, up. You can straighten the legs here. And exhale, pushing down to the earth. Grounding your energy. And strengthening at the same time. Inhale, reaching up a little pulse through the hips. And exhale, pushing down, grounding down. Sorry, I had a little bit of disconnect, so sorry if there's anything wrong with the service here. Oh, no. So we're squatting. It's like a very wide squat, like the goddess pose. However, hands are now on the thighs. We can lock the elbows if we like, and we can hang out here for a little bit. Try and find the length through the spine, from tail to crown. Little lift in the lower belly. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, the right shoulder is going to push into the center as we turn our head to look over the left. Inhale back to the center. And as you exhale, turn the left shoulder into the center, look over the right shoulder. Couple of breaths. Try and stay steady. And then inhale back to the center. And as you exhale, we're going to turn over the right foot now, coming to the top of the mat. Aligning your feet so the heels are in line with the hips. We're coming into the high lunge from here. So, get comfortable. Press the front foot into the floor. Coil your way up, getting strong and steady. Arms come over the head. Inhale to reach up. Lift the hips a little. Even that back heel can lift a little. And as you exhale, reach the arms back and open and dip into the hips, grounding yourself down a little more. Inhale, arms forward and up. Little lift in the hips and heel. And exhale as you dip back down, strengthening and grounding. Inhale, lift, a little lift. Exhale, open and strengthen. Inhale, lift the arms, a little lift in the hips. Leave the arms where they are. Exhale, drop down a little in the hips. Ground yourself a little more here. Take a couple of breaths. Steady gaze. Then just dip a little on an exhale to the right hand side. So your whole left side is getting a beautiful stretch. Steady breath. Steady gaze. Inhale back to the center. And as you exhale, drop the right hand to the right hip and reach forward with your left arm. Reach forward with your left arm until it comes all the way to the ground. That back left knee can go to the earth to support you, or inhale, simply lift the right arm up. Keep drawing your left bottom ribs towards your right thigh. We sort of want to try and have this idea that we can stack the right shoulder over the left. Reach into the back heel and bring the front knee forward. Take one more breath there from the left hand, reaching into the right fingers. And as you exhale, bring the right hand to the inner of your right foot and turn both feet out again. So we're coming to the length of our mat. Here, again, you might like a block. If you can't comfortably reach the floor, that could be handy. We're going to have the block or the hand directly under the heart. So the left hand directly under the heart, right hand on top, just to start with. Try and roll out to the outer edges of your feet. Lift the arches, roll the sit bones high, lengthen from the tail to the crown. Take the right hand onto your sacrum. Try and keep that sense of evenness through the hips that you can feel there. And as you take an exhalation, push the left hand into the floor and let it rotate the chest to the right. Trying to lift a little in the left hip or the left inner groin. And if you're super comfortable here, you can lift the right arm, but that's not super important, right? Take one more breath there, reaching in the four corners, hand to hand, crown to tail. As you exhale, drop the hand back down to the sacrum, down to your hips, and then bend the left knee. And then straighten the left knee, place the right hand where the left hand is, and the left hand on top of the right. Activate everything here before you go any further. You want to reach your feet into the floor, lift your heels, roll your sit bones high, lengthen the spine from the tail to the crown, relax your shoulders, draw your lower navel in. Lift your left hand to sit onto the hips, onto the sacrum. And as you take an exhale, we're going to try and press that right hand into the floor to rotate the chest to the left. Try and keep your hips fairly straight here. Lift a little more in the arch of your right foot, and that will take you all the way up to a little lift in the inner right groin. And if you're super comfy here, you can lift the left arm. Breathing here, keeping nice clear lines, a steady breath and a steady gaze. One more breath as you reach from fingertip to fingertip. And as you exhale, release that left hand. And bend the right knee. So you can bring both hands to the ground and we'll bend the right knee here. And then just keep turning back all the way to your right foot. So we're back into the lunge facing over the right foot. Both hands come to the floor. In actual fact, no, we're going to do it another way. You can come up onto your fingertips. We're going to bend the left back knee and have a little bit of weight come into it. So you can feel this sense of ease as you sort of bob up and down. So you can inhale and bring the left foot forward with ease. Take a half lift, and as you exhale, just folding over your hips, releasing the head completely. And then bending the knees and rolling up like a rag doll, press the feet into the floor to bring you out of there. We've been upside down for a little while, so just take your time here. Just notice how you're feeling, getting comfortable, making any adjustments that you need to. Then as you're ready, inhale the arms out and up, palms turning away from you as they come up and over your head. And exhale as you draw the hands through the center line, bringing the hands first, the thumb touching the third eye, and then touching your lips, and then touching your heart. And then peeling the palms away from each other as you drop the hands down, making this beautiful little triangle shape as you press that triangle shape down to the earth, grounding you down. And then again, inhale, reach the arms out and up. Draw that lower navel in towards the spine and press the feet into the floor as you open your heart and lift your hands. You might like to watch as the hands meet overhead this time, keeping steady here. Take an inhale, so we can use the exhalation to fold forward, leading with the heart, letting the arms come down to the legs or the floor. And as you arrive, completely release and then inhale, half lift. You can allow the hands to come up the shins, straighten the back, lengthen it out, and then exhale as you fold. Hands just resting on the earth, head releasing completely so we can really feel the weight of the head pulling on the rest of our spine. Roll the bones up towards the ceiling. A little bend in the knees is most appropriate. Please don't over effort here. And then half lift on the inhale, keeping the hands to the floor if you can. Widen your feet and turn the toes out a little bit more than your heels. And as you take an exhalation, we're just going to squat down slowly, dropping the buttocks down towards the heels or the earth. You can lift your heels if you need to here, that's totally acceptable. And then bringing the hands to the heart in prayer, just making a little bit of room for your torso to come through your thighs, and then squeeze your thighs back into your torso and into your upper arms. Feel as though you can take the inhalation riding up from the tail, up the spine to the crown. And as you exhale from the crown back down the spine to the tail. So take 3 rounds in this way, clearing that central channel there. Then some of you might need to take your hands behind you and support yourself as you come back down. Some of you might be able to squeeze yourself into a little ball, draw into the lower navel, squeeze everything into the center line, and just gently allow the buttocks to drop down to the earth. Hug your arms around your thighs, and then just slowly, 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 we can take our knees with us, but we're going to slowly round down. Try and have the control of just coming down to the earth, really super slow motion. Drawing the legs in with you. Laying back down. And just allowing the knees to fall open enough that you can rotate a little through the ankles. Draw the knees in together and make little circles around your sacrum. Just around about 3 rounds in each direction. Then coming back to the center, letting the hands lay along the floor with the palms facing down, so they're in alongside your body. And we inhale and extend both legs up into the air. See if you can have the ball of your big toes touching, but the heels is not necessary. But we're just going to gently squeeze the ball and the big toes together. The ball of the big toes and the big toes together. I'm going to squeeze them into each other here. Try and relax through your shoulders. Inhale the arms up as well, so the palms are facing each other. And as you exhale, we're going to drop the left foot, reach the right hand up to the right ankle, and the left hand follows the left leg. So we're reaching right hand to right ankle, they're up into the sky, and the left ankle and arm are in line with each other, parallel with the floor, but hovering. Holding there for a moment, trying to keep all the effort in the belly, relax through the shoulders. See what you can let go of and just really cultivate that effort and where the action is happening into the center of your body, and let everything else be as relaxed as possible. Inhale the left leg up, drop the head back down. Both hands can just remain on the shins of the legs. Then inhale, reach up again with the hands and feet, and as you exhale, drop the right leg, grab hold of the left ankle and reach the right arm along the line of the right leg. So now we're doing it on the other side. And then once you're there, just see if you can relax a little, particularly through the shoulders and neck. We don't want to gather any tension there. We want this to be really cultivating core activity, core strength. I find in challenging times, working gently on our core is super helpful. And then inhale, you can lift that right leg back in line. As you exhale, just hug both knees in. Bring both feet down to the earth and let the hands just flop on either side of the body with the palms facing up. And I'd like you, actually, it can be quite nice to have them in the kapha style with the hands over the head with the bent elbows. So we're making a little box shape with the elbows. And then from here, take 3 deep breaths into your abdomen. Really stretch out the muscles we've just worked with the inhalation. As you exhale, release sound and effort and any heat, overheating in the belly. Just release it all out on the exhalation and repeat it another 2 times. Nice deep inhale into the belly. Nice full, complete exhale through the mouth. Then bring your hands alongside your body with the palms facing down. Walk your feet in so they're hip distance, sitting behind the sit bones. Not too close in, but not too far away either. As you're ready, I want you to press the feet into the floor, take an inhale and begin to lift the hips and peel the spine off the floor. Keep pressing the feet into the floor. And as you exhale, see if you can vertebra by vertebra bring the spine back down to the floor, really keeping that tail tucked and the sacrum lifted until that last minute as we release completely to the earth. Press the feet into the floor, begin to lift the hips and then peel the spine off on your inhalation. As you begin to arrive at the peak of your effort here, you can press the arms into the floor a little bit more. Keep lengthening the tail away from you and keep pressing the feet into the floor so we can come into this nice arch through the spine without overlending in the lower back. We use an exhalation as we're ready to vertebra by vertebra roll the spine back down, trying to saving the sacrum to last. Releasing one more breath when you're ready. You press the feet into the floor as your first effort, and then from there you inhale and lift the hips, peel the spine, and begin to lift up into the chest. From here, we might walk those shoulder blades in towards each other a little bit. You could adjust your feet a little bit so they're coming in a little closer if you're getting more lift. And then, even if you like to interlace the hands underneath you, we try and keep the arms lengthening along the floor. And we open the chest towards the chin, not the chin towards the chest. Keep pressing into the floor, keep the tail long.
And then as you're ready, release the hands. And then slowly again, spread the back of the shoulders, and vertebra by vertebra, we're going to come back down to the earth. Let's take a moment to allow the body to land. Take a breath in. Let the exhalations smooth out everything, relax and release any effort. And then hug your knees into the body. Draw perhaps your nose towards your knees, just for a moment, and then release them down. Open your arms up wide so the hands are along the floor at the height of the shoulder. The legs are just relaxing, really. Feet are off the floor. Unless you have some lower back issues, you can drop the feet to the floor for the twist. Otherwise, the feet just drop towards the back of the thighs. We're not lifting the shins so they're parallel with the floor. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, drop the knees slowly to the right hand side as you keep the left shoulder and arm engaged with the floor, and just hover there for a moment. Inhale to lift back up to the center. And exhale as you drop the knees down towards the left-hand side. You can turn your head to look at the right. Try and really keep that right shoulder engaged with the floor. And we just hover for a moment here, with a little bit of effort. And then inhale, lift back to the center. And as we exhale, we drop down to the right-hand side again, slowly, keeping that left shoulder engaged, turning the chin to the left if you like, and then just dropping the legs all the way so they drop onto the floor and rest there. You can just take a couple of easy breaths there, or you can extend that top left foot towards the left hand. Breathe 3 breaths, excuse me, into the ribs, the hips or the shoulders, wherever you need it. Try to begin to let go of effort now, even when we are in action. Release that left foot if it's out, and then use the inhalation to lift both knees back to the center. We use the next exhale to drop the knees slowly down to the left-hand side. You can turn to face the right, keeping the right shoulder engaged with the earth and dropping the legs now fully to the earth on the left-hand side. Try and relax. If you did it on the other side, you can extend that right leg out, reaching the foot towards the hand. Breathing at least 3 deep breaths into the body, torso. Releasing that right leg if it's extended out, and inhale to lift back to the center, and exhale to release the feet down to the floor. Adjust your body so you can be in line, and just allow the legs to straighten out so they're reaching towards the corners of your mat so the feet are nice and wide. Let's make any adjustment through the spine, through the back, through the shoulders, the arms. If you need to put on something to keep you warm, then please, you just take a quick moment to throw a blanket on you or pop your long sleeve back on. And try not to mess too much mess around too much here. We're just going to drop into Shavasana. So you might like to turn to the breath again. Feel the inhalation being drawn into your body. Really feeling the exhalation as it leaves the body and asks everything within to surrender, to let go, to release. Just noticing any changes in the body. And if you do have any last minute adjustments as now you've begun to relax, please make them. And just bring your attention to the features of your face and try and relax and release. Feel into the fullness of your body. And become aware of all the places in which your body is meeting the earth beneath you. Allow that meeting to merge. As you let go a little bit more of the physical body, see if you can withdraw into the epicenter of your being. Sense into where that is. Sense into what that is for you. And find your breath again. Just begin to gently push into the inhalations. welcoming each passing inhalation as a guest. As a dear friend. Even as a lover. And just allow those inhalations to begin to fill the body so you can begin to feel back into the physicality of your being. If you like, you can just invite movement back into the body. And as you're ready, rolling onto any comfortable, uninjured side, you can take a breath there and then just come to push up into a comfortable seat again. Find a comfortable seat. Just notice how you're feeling now. You are upright again. We can bring our hands together into prayer at the heart center and just gently drop the head towards the heart in reverence to its wisdom. I'm going to close class with a chant, and you can join in the end of that chant with Om Shanti 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 if you would like to. Om Purnamada Midam Purnamudachyate Purnasyat Purnamadaya Purnamavavisisyade. Together. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope this has been useful for you, and I hope that you've seen, heard, and understood well. I would love any comments would be really helpful. So lovely to see you. See you there, Kerry and Deirdre. So nice to see you there. And Dolly, thank you for joining as well. I can't see everybody who's here on my screen, but I really appreciate your support and your dedication to your own practice. Lots of love. Bye for now.